Hey, what's up, YouTube? And in this video, I'm going to talk about ways to travel for free, or at least almost free. There may be taxes involved. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off with airline loyalty. Okay, so what does this mean? This means when you purchase the tickets from the same airlines all the time. When you do that, you could either sign up with airlines such as like Delta, United, or American Airlines. And whenever you book flights, you accumulate points to travel for free. The more and more that you fly with the same airlines, the more and more points you will accumulate, and the quicker you can accumulate points. So if you're the type of person that you're flying three, four, or five times a year and you're going cross country, it may be beneficial to pick one airlines and start to collect all the points with that one airlines. And also airlines will give you other perks like, after you fly so often, they may give you free check bags. They may give you free first grade. They may give you free upgrades. They may give you all sorts of coupons and promotional offers through the mail, by being a loyal customer. I've actually scored a handful of trips that way. Um, the second way is this doesn't work for everyone. This works great for an alone traveler. I've scored a lot of trips this way. Volunteering your seat at the airport. Guys, this could be pretty nice. Um, Pretty much how it works is you show up to the airport and you've already checked in online and you have a seat assigned on the plane. Well, what airlines usually do is if there's 300 seats in the flight, they'll sell 310 tickets or 315 tickets, and they hope that people don't show up, right? And that way they can still have a full flight. Well, in certain cases, everyone does show up, and in a lot of cases, there's 300 seats on the plane, and 305 people show up. So five people are gonna have to stay behind. Okay. Now this could be a huge inconvenience if you're trying to fly somewhere to go to a funeral, or you're flying to go to a wedding, or if it's for work. Like, this could be a huge inconvenience because now they have to put you on the next flight. So this is where the volunteers come into play. Okay. Now, whenever you go and volunteer a seat, what you are telling the airlines is, hey, I will wait and I'll take the next flight, and you can reassign me on a later flight. What the airlines usually do for you then is they put you in a hotel room, and they also usually they give you like a cash dollar amount that you can use with their airlines again. With Delta, it could be anywhere from like $200 to 300 to 400 to 1,000. It really depends on like if it's a domestic trip, if it's an international trip. Um, it can vary, but if it's a couple $100, like $300, and you have to fly out the next day, that's kind of like making $300 in one day. So I would definitely recommend that one. Now it can be tricky to find flights that are oversold. Usually, if flights are leaving going towards a hub, for example, like Delta's hub is in Atlanta. So if I could catch like the last flight leaving LA going to Atlanta, I mean, usually you have a better chance of catching an oversold flight because it's the last flight and there's everyone's trying to rush on it. Um, and early in the mornings, you have less of a chance because usually, a flight may leave early in the morning, and then later in the day, multiple flights going to that same destination may leave throughout the day. So you wouldn't really get a really good voucher, and you also wouldn't get the hotel stay either because you would just hang out in the airport and catch a flight the same day. So, volunteering your seat is definitely a way to get free travel. Um, and number third way, number third way, third way is this one can get tricky, but with credit cards. Okay, this can get really tricky. Um, because I almost need to make a credit card video to talk about which credit cards you get the more bang for your buck. Because like now I just use a Delta, like a debit card through SunTrust, and I get like $1 for every mile, and it's not a credit card, which is kind of cool because it's just a debit card. However, there is I will say the best card out to accumulate points if you want to travel, hands down, would be the Chase Sapphire. Um, it's probably the best card to travel. And I'll have to make another video to explain why it's the best travel card. I mean, it's better than the Delta card, the United card, the American Airlines card. Um, and also with the cards, you can get a large chunk of points all at once if you apply for, multiple cards. Like I applied a couple years ago. I applied for like an American Airlines card and a U.S. Airways card, and I think I got 40,000 miles from the U.S. Airways card. So 40,000 miles is, I mean, I need 60,000 to go to Europe for free. So I already got like 40,000. So that's a really good deal. You want to check out special offers because they change. Like some months they may give you 50,000 miles or 40,000 or 60, and then usually if you get a card with Delta, United, or American, usually they give you like free check bags whenever you book a flight with the card, and also with those cards you get stuff like priority boarding, and priority boarding is pretty awesome because you can just board the plane before the overhead bins fill up, so you can you can have space to place your luggage like above head. A lot of times when you're like the last person to get on the plane, like all the overhead space is taken, so you're just like, crap, what am I gonna do with my bag? So if you get like a Delta card, like you get priority, so you can get on board the plane a little bit faster than someone who doesn't have priority, or someone who bought like a coach seat, which you probably still bought a coach seat, but Delta's giving you a perk because you have their credit card and you're like a freaking flyer. And the fourth way to get points is with this thing called gosh, it's funny, I forget the name, but there's Delta Airlines, United, and also American. They all have dining clubs. Okay, that's why I don't know the name, because I don't know the name for all the different airlines, but they have dining clubs, and dining clubs are awesome because like I was in New York a couple weeks ago, and I basically use dining club to go to restaurants to eat. Okay, like I would look online like earlier in the morning, and I would figure out what area in New York I'm going to be in, and then I would look and see what restaurants are in the area, check out the menus, check out the prices, figure out a place where I want to have lunch, go there, and usually restaurants will give you anywhere from $3 to anywhere from 3 miles to 5 miles per dollar that you spend. So if you go out and you spend $20 on lunch and a drink, well, you just accumulated 100 miles. And if you do that like 3 times a week over the course of a year, you would have enough points or enough miles to take a free round trip domestic trip. So that's definitely a way. And the fifth way to travel for free is work. Okay. It really depends on the type of job you have. If you are the type of person that you are self-employed and you have to buy a lot of stuff for like your company or your business, if you use, the right cards, you can accumulate a ton of miles for free travel. Or if you're a lot of jobs where a district manager or someone of that sort has to do a lot of traveling, the company will actually allow them to keep points that they have accumulated from flying. So that's another way that you could travel for free is work, or you could be a flight attendant. I mean that's like the easiest way to travel for free is just be you know a waiter in the sky. I mean, I actually applied to be a flight attendant a couple times just because it would be pretty awesome to bounce around the planet all the time. But I don't know. They never call me back. I don't. Maybe I'm not attractive enough to be a flight attendant. You got to be pretty dang hot nowadays. But anyway, guys, these are 5 ways to travel the world for free. Because yeah, free makes a difference. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'll see ya. Peace.